Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, I want to talk about cooling off period for your money. So in a previous video, I had spoke about basically when you get a new project, not to spend all the money as soon as you get it. You know, there's a bunch of reasons for that. I'll link the video in the description. But in this video, I want to talk about the cooling off period, which is when you get your money and you've decided you're not going to spend it all, but you don't want to spend any of it. What do you do with it, and how do you hold on to it? So the cooling off period comes from contracts where you have 3 business days to back out of a contract, whether it's a business dealing or purchasing a car or a house. You can basically call up the person and say, hey, you know what, this isn't going to work for me. And in most cases, you can back out of it without any recourse. However, what I do is I've adapted that to my own personal and business dealings regarding money. And that is basically when I get paid by somebody for a project, either as a down payment or the final payment, I don't spend that money right away. Now, I believe I touched on a previous video, or if I haven't, then I can definitely dive deeper into it. But when I get money for a project, I have a series of payments that go through. The first one is people that worked on the project, so freelancers, contractors, services that we use for that project. I then put a portion of it into savings. I put a portion of it into a tax account so that I can pay employee tax when it comes due. And then I pay out my portion if I'm taking one, and my team's portion. However, when you get new money, just like when you go and spend it all, if you immediately start allocating it places, you can really get into a situation, especially if the client's like, hey, you know what, we can't do this project. Even though the cooling off period of the contract has kind of subsided, the reality is they do have ways to get out. And one of those would be if, let's say, the company goes belly up, well, you're not going to get the rest of your money, and now maybe you just spent it all on, maybe you upgraded some hardware in your office, or let's say that you got a bigger project and you took 30% of it because you haven't taken a paycheck in a while. You don't have that money now, and unfortunately, you're not going to be getting more. So what I do is keep it between 20 and 30 days, and no money that comes in is spent within that time frame. I don't care if it's for debt, if it's to pay off contractors, if it's to pay employees, myself, business expenses. It doesn't matter. I do not spend that money under any circumstance. What this does is it actually has a twofold effect. The one is you protect yourself in case the client bails and you no longer have the money. The other, which is more likely, is you don't get in the habit of, as soon as you get money, immediately burning it. Whether it's even putting it in savings, that's considered burning it. Because one of the things that you do not want to do, whether it's in your business or your personal, is you never want to you never want to allocate your money as soon as you get it. Let's say that you get a $10,000 project and you decide, hey, you know what, I really want to set up the runway for the company, which is how long the company can survive without making another penny. All right, so you put the full $10,000 in it thinking, all right, cool, you know what, I satisfied it, I'm good, I'm gonna go get some ice cream. Well, the problem is, let's say that you have an unexpected expense come up. Let's say that you forgot that QuickBooks Online charges you at the middle of the year, and all of a sudden you owe them $600. Well, you would think, hey, I'll take it out of the runway. But the likelihood is you won't pay it back. So what you do, rather than all of that, is you take between 20 and 30 days, and once it's done, you then move it into the different accounts. And like I mentioned before, I have 3 separate accounts. I have an operating account, which is what the business runs out of. I have a tax account, and then I have a core savings, which is under no circumstance is that touched. Now you can adopt this concept into your personal life. It's not limited to business. Maybe you don't have 3 accounts to move your money around, but realistically you should, because you should have a savings, you should have an operating account, which would be your mortgage and your rent, your car expenses, your food and clothing or whatever, and then you should have a tax account, unless of course you're a W-2 employee where it gets pulled out of your paycheck every month. So hopefully this quicker video kind of explained how I work with money in the company. And this is not limited to Pixelbit or Dealer Copilot, or if I start a new venture tomorrow. This is how I've always run things. And what it does is it just adds another level of certainty and protection in your business. So as always, appreciate you guys engaging with this content. Leave a comment below if you have a video topic. Like this video, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.